Thank you for watching Policy and Prejudice. My name is Chris Stevenson. I would like to go to the subject because getting to the root of black inventions, you know, people talk about Black History and Black History Month and all that, and that's all well and fine. But I think that to get to the root of black inventions, one has to determine what white people love the most. Currently, there are two things young white boys historically like very much, especially after World War II. This has been ongoing over the decades. That's rock and roll and the game of hockey. This story began in Nova Scotia by way of New York and the Underground Railroad especially. But during slavery, you know, a lot of people don't know this. That's when the game of hockey was invented, and it started in Canada. When I was in high school, I marveled at stories about one lone hockey player that I would hear about every now and then, or an NHL, you know, playing for an NHL or minor league team. White boys in South Buffalo, they were rest assured that, you know, hockey was their sport. They were confident that hockey was their game. Now, little did I or they know that in the beginning, way before the NHL, hockey was blacker than basketball. So a lot of people don't realize it. And I wrote some things down about that because I think there are a lot of things that need to be revealed that have been deliberately hidden from us. We talk about one black hockey player or whatever, or even back in those days an all-black hockey team. How about a black hockey league or leagues, plural? That's what was going on. You know, you white kids, a lot of white kids out there, especially from Boston, who cursed and aimed racial slurs at P.K. Subban a few weeks ago, or Joel Ward 2 years ago, both of them coincidentally scoring the winning goals in playoff games against their beloved Boston Bruins. These same kids would be shocked to realize that there were all black hockey leagues in Canada, you know, just a couple hundred years ago. And they would be shocked to view photographs and stories of the first black hockey players. You know, by the time of the 1890s, of course, this is hockey as you know it started, you know, because that's when the bourgeois, Lord Stanley type people took over hockey. But before then, I would say the year 1815. The year 1815, you heard me right, around the month of October, that's the first recorded history of hockey being played in Canada. This was in Halifax, Nova Scotia. According to George and Daryl Fosties, they wrote a book called Black Ice. I guess they also helped put together an ESPN special on it. You know, hockey and black history, they both paralleled each other around that time. There is no history of hockey by whites or blacks before 1815. It started with black players from 4 families at that time during the fall of 1815. The Corney family, the Williams family, the Monroes, and the Leals, L-E-A-L-E. Through most of the black Canadian history, this has all been destroyed, okay? Or lost, probably both. But this is the earliest. 1850 was the earliest history of hockey, and it was all black. Amazingly enough. This is something that needs to be broadcast repeatedly, because what you have today is a misinformation machine that's making young white kids think that that's their sport, that's all a white sport. And oddly enough, you know, you got basketball. Basketball is invented by a white man, but it's played mostly by African-American players. Game of hockey started by escaped slaves. those slaves were more than just, they became more than just hockey players. They became activists, very bold, very aggressive activists. They not only invented the sport of hockey, they revolutionized it. From every position, the slap shot, everything, the style of skating, all of that. That was us. So we're going to cover this again in the future. But in the meantime, I just wanted to put that out there. Feel free to comment on it, your objections, and do research on it. Don't just give me some of your blurted out opinions without doing any any investigating. Google it, go to the library, find out about it for yourself. My name is Chris Stevenson. Thank you for watching Policy and Prejudice. You be safe.